Early June 2019. Dear Mother Ayahuasca, thank you for getting me off my ass and out to see you. I would like to set an intention for this journey. This is what I was told I should do, so here it goes. Please help me to overcome my biggest weaknesses, which are procrastination and discipline. This is what holds me back from being able to move faster along my journey. Please show me why I procrastinate so much and help rid me of this once and for all. This is, I believe, my biggest crutch to being able to achieve at the magnitude I know I can achieve at. This has been a problem as far back as I can remember. I'm always seeking ways to avoid doing what my soul knows needs to be done. I know that I have been blessed with amazing talents which have been the reason I have gotten to the level that I am today, but procrastination keeps me from being able to take the quantum leap to the next level. I want to completely eradicate procrastination from my life. Please show me the way. Discipline is the second thing that I'm asking that you provide me with clarity on. This is another major weakness that has plagued my life. I'm not disciplined enough to stick to doing things that I say I'm going to do. And even though I have achieved a little bit of financial and overall success, it is nowhere near where I know it can be. I'm tired of living in the shadow of my better self. I want to become my better self so that I can get in the fast lane to achieving what I feel like my soul is calling for. The reason that these two things have become so important to overcome for me is because ever since you have come into my life and showed me truth, I have been feeling a deep, deep desire to pursue self-realization as a lifestyle. I want to be able to leave the USA and live a simpler life where I have the time freedom to seek enlightenment, samadhi, nirvana, and dedicate the rest of my life to becoming a yogi. The issue is that procrastination and lack of discipline are the two crutches that will make the journey to achieving this goal 10 times longer. If I'm able to overcome these two demons, then self-realization can be something that I can begin pursuing in the next 5 years. If I can stop procrastinating and develop more discipline, then I can fully utilize the God-given talent I have of being able to make money and make enough to where I can make sure that I never have to need for money again. In the next 5 years, I can make enough money to pay off my mom's house, have enough passive income from investments to be able to sustain me and my new lifestyle somewhere far from New York. Also, before leaving, I would like to have a very, very positive impact on as many people's lives as possible. I would like to take what I am able to create and help other people better their circumstances and lives. An example would be having a company where I gave all ownership to the employees, or be able to make sizable contributions to a cause that helps move humanity in a more positive direction. Unless I'm able to achieve this, I do not feel like I can just leave. I feel like to do so would be extremely selfish, and I would not be able to pursue my new goals wholeheartedly because I left this chapter of my life undone. In my eyes, part of my reason for being on this earth and possessing the talents that I have is so that I can positively affect other people and help people who are not as fortunate as I have been. This, I feel like, is what I'm supposed to achieve for the first part of my life, and unless achieved, I cannot move on and give my whole to the second part, which is God realization. To be frank, I want to become Jesus, Buddha, and all the enlightened souls that have walked this earth. I want to take metaphysics all the way to the ultimate truth, which I believe is realizing that I truly am one with everything that is, and everything that has ever been, and everything that ever will be. This is what my goal is. This is what I want from my life. Sorry, correction. This is what God wants for me. So, if I am correct, then I am correct. God would not just enter this world without positively affecting his creation before departing again. I am right for feeling the way I do. God would have it no other way. But ultimately, me and him want to get the fuck up out of here. So Mother, Please help me unlock my divine talent and ability so that I can go about finishing my mission and completing my contract. Persistence, procrastination, discipline. Please give me the power to overcome these demons. Thank you dearly. Peace and love. God. Also, sorry, I got so caught up in my personal desires that I did not give thought to you, Mother. Your beauty is unmatched for an infinite of distance. You are truly my most beautiful creation, and you are truly the beauty in this universe. So thank you for always being there to catch and save me when I get myself into the situations I always find myself in. Without you, I'd be stuck here forever, lost and confused. So thank you, Mother Ayahuasca, for finding and attracting me to you. So, my last intention is that I want to be as wide open as space is to be able to receive whatever information you know that I need to hear. Please fill me with everything that I do not even know to ask for in the name of divine love. And by the way, don't take it easy on me just because I'm in Rashawn's body. Pour it on and completely rewire my neurons in a way that might scare the shit out of Rashawn. Rashawn can take it. He has been deep down the rabbit hole plenty of times before and knows how to hold his composure while down there. And as for me, you know I love these wake-up calls. Whatever you need me to do, please just show me in the form that I will recognize. And you have my word that your wish is my command. Thank you, my other half. I love you. Until we meet again. Consciousness. Peace. This is what I realized. July 1st, 2019. Arcana, Divine Beauty. I really don't even know where I can begin. This past week has truly been the most life-changing and profound week of my past 27 years on this earth. Arcana and Ayahuasca have changed my life. It would be impossible to put onto paper or into words the experience that I had. Words cannot explain understanding, because words or language is limited in its ability. Since language, specifically English language, was created by man, it is inherently as limited as man is. It's like when a person says, quote, "I can't seem to find the words to express how I feel," end quote. It's a similar feeling to that. Feeling is emotion, which in most situations can only be felt or understood and not verbalized. But in any case, I will do my best to explain the awakening that I have had these past 7 days in the middle of the jungle. So to start, Ayahuasca has been the deepest psychedelic experience out of all of my previous experiences. Nothing comes close. What happened is that I found and traveled through a wormhole to, quote, enlightenment, quote, nirvana, quote, total understanding. What I realized is the light at the end of the tunnel, or the final destination on one's spiritual journey. And the final destination is God consciousness. I realized that I was God, not made in the image of, but actually God, as in the creator of this universe and everything in it. As I'm thinking on it, now I'm realizing how I think this all works. What I think is that God is our mind being used at 100%. I think that there are large parts of our brains that we do not know how to use, and if we did, we would inch closer and closer to realizing that God is us. God is in all of us. But until we unlock large portions of our brains, we will never realize this fundamental truth, and will continue giving our power and authority and belief to entities, beings, deities, things outside of ourselves, because we are blind to the fact that we have God and everything we need right inside of us. I feel like this thing we call consciousness or mind is actually what God is, but it's this consciousness or mind being fully used and utilized to its full potential. It's like we all living beings have God in their head, but while they are incarnated, they are only or rather given default access to only 5% of our true power, and therefore we cannot realize that there is another 90 to 95% that is accessible, because of the fact that we identify with the self when we are incarnated, and therefore lose sight of all else. When we are given an ego to be able to navigate in this realm, it is given at the cost of forgetting all else. It's like we trade, quote, everything for, quote, nothing, or rather, an experience in which we can be players in a game that we actually created, but without the knowledge that we created it. It's like if the creator of Grand Theft Auto wanted to experience his game or creation so bad from the player's point of view that he entered the game himself and erased all memory of his total knowledge of the game, so that the playing experience would be fun, and so that he could naturally learn how to beat its own creation without the use of cheat codes. Coming in with knowledge would, in essence, be cheating, and would take away the fun of playing and finding out the way it was meant for us to. It would suck to create a game and enter the game with full knowledge of how you created it, so you can easily cheat your way to the top. A much better experience is to enter the game with no knowledge and see how many lives it would take for you to win the game fair and square. This is what God has done, and every living being in existence is a form of God experiencing itself, trying to beat itself. And that's what spirituality is. Spirituality is the road to beating the game. Without it, you are destined to keep dying and repeating the process over and over until you figure this shit out. And this game never ends. It is going to continue infinitely because that is how it was made. And the reason spirituality is the key is because ultimately, spirituality will lead you to understanding that you created the game and will therefore, and only at that point, unlock the powers that the ultimate creator obviously has access to. It's like playing Grand Theft Auto, and until you realize that you are God, you never have access to the cheat codes. This shit is crazy, cause I feel like this is not me writing for the past 2 pages. I'm sitting in Lima Airport, and this shit is just flowing and coming to me. Till next time, I need to board the plane. Peace and love. God. Arcana Part 2, December 24th, 2019. It was just as nice, if not better, in some aspects. The group really clicked and got super close, much closer than people got on my first time. And not to mention, the best part about the whole trip is that Alanis rocked out with me. It was super enjoyable to have that experience with her. She was so good out there. She took the medicine like a champ. Now, as for my question being shown to me, and it was as if the spirit gods were acting out a scene of a spiritual type of baptism or an initiation, or something that represented protection from